All right. What's going on, y'all? Back once again with the ill behavior. This is Chill with Bill. I'm Bill, and we're gonna do a reaction here to Big Fresh and Fit, man. More with the drama, the masculine energy. How you guys like it? Man, I just can't even believe this happens so often now. It's so funny. I love pointing this stuff out. So we gonna do this one. It's on Rumble, okay? Because Fresh and Fit in their after hours, they cut it out about 2 hours or give or take in. They cut and they go straight to Rumble, and that's when the ratchetness tends to happen. Which I don't know why it's been happening towards the end of the show. A lot of these chicken heads, maybe they're looking for clout or something, because they wait until 4 hours later to start doing this. But whatever, we finna get into it right now. Check this out, Fresh and Fit on Rumble, baby.
Which is nothing more than a masculine woman is not attractive.
Yeah, typically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but I'm just saying, like, the Kinsey scale exists, and there's some women that like feminine men and vice versa. That's all I was trying to say.
Right.
I wasn't trying to make up like this whole thing.
That scale is highlighting
stand on what you're
minorities.
saying with confidence. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Stand on what you're saying, because they're gonna eat us up regardless.
Yeah, fuck your skin.
I mean, that's the whole point of the show. That's kind of the whole point.
If you listen to this podcast the whole 4.5 hours, some of these girls, they talk like men. And this girl in the red here, I don't know. What is it about red? What is it about red now? Okay, so we got two in the red, right? With the masculine ratchet behavior. This one in the red right now, look at that smile. Don't let it fool you. She a python. Watch.
Point of the show.
I mean, again, that scale only highlights a minority.
Okay. Just because someone is a minority doesn't negate its existence. And the minority is a lot bigger than you think. You see it's a minority, but like, given how many people are actually on the planet, like, 10% or whatever percent, that seems negligible. Yes, in comparison to the majority, absolutely. But they make up a pretty significant population.
No,
if
they
that
don't.
makes sense.
By default, they're insignificant because
No, they
they're a
don't.
minority.
That made no sense. Your argument.
Well,
Sure.
I see why.
See, I
she's
get it.
so-
You're trying to be all inclusive, which is a very, noble thing, I guess. But the reality is that it's not statistically insignificant. It's a minority.
Okay.
I agree, and I don't agree with what he's saying. I'm not really trying to dissect this part of the podcast, but because I started here, I'm going to go into it. His argument holds true most of the time, right? But her argument also in this case holds true, right? So being in the minority, meaning you could be infinitesimally small percentile, right? 0.001. But like she said, if you're talking about something like 7 billion people, okay, and then you're talking about the 0.001%, that's not a small number. And statistically, depending on what it is that you're talking about, you could say it's insignificant. Again, it's all how you use it in context. But you can't say that minority, for instance, in the context of people, that they are insignificant to the population, right? I mean, they do carry some weight. For instance, if you say that here's a good one. Let's say the entire population, or the better part of the population, has severe allergic reactions to something, for instance, and a 0.001% of the population does not. They are immune to that sensitivity. Well, it's not so insignificant that you wouldn't study those people to try to see what it is about them that makes them immune to the situation, so that you could help the greater part of the population, right? So in that scenario, they are not insignificant. As a matter of fact, they become the focal point, right? So statistically speaking, there's something there. Now, when you're talking about something like, I don't know, let's see, the amount of car accidents that involve people dying while having a seatbelt on. the number of people who die in a car accident while wearing a seatbelt, right, compared to the amount of people who die in car accidents while not wearing a seatbelt, that number is probably statistically insignificant in comparison to the amount of people who do not die while wearing a seatbelt, right? Like you would say most of the time seatbelts work. Yes, there are times when it doesn't, but those times are so small that it's not even worth investigating as to whether, like, the seatbelt should be worn. The numbers are so overwhelmingly for seatbelts, right? That's basically the difference in context on statistical insignificance based off of, whatever.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that 100 people out of 1,000 people is, yes, those 100 people are the minority, but when you look at it, it's still 100 people, and they can still make some sort of impact, if that makes sense.
Versus 900 people.
Yes, actually.
Oh my God, bro.
Again, she doesn't know how to articulate her argument, but I think the way I just put it out for you guys, it can matter. So Myron takes a just a straight, hard no, when the percentage is so infinitesimally small. But depending on context, right? Again, in that situation, it could be the focal point, the significance.
Still a minority.
He went to
I
school,
see
right?
why she's so strong in opinion.
Shout out to Black Widow.
Yo, I mean,
Oh, it's so funny. I've been compared to her before. Like that.
yeah.
it's just
No.
amazing
Nobody
to me how, like,
compares you
women
to her.
will make arguments for the minority or
She don't
statistically
look like her,
insignificant
she's acting like her, that's
situations.
what it is.
But, like, again,
we're
masculine
a
women aren't
marginalized
attractive.
group.
Like, it's just a fact. Like, masculine women are not attractive.
It's because
What do
women
you-
are also a marginalized group, and they tend to speak for most marginalized groups. Men, straight white men, are not typically. They're not the marginalized group. Everybody else will typically speak for marginalized groups.
Because
It's 2023 right now. Would you guys agree with her?
men are
you have an ounce
hierarchy
of
based.
compassion.
Well, here's
Huh?
the thing: men are hierarchy based and production based. Men typically tend to be less communitarian than women are. That's why women overwhelmingly vote Democrat and they vote for government programs that give handouts. Versus men is, hey, you did the best. We're going to go off of merit versus what we feel.
Because there's never been a need for men to communicate, because they've always just gotten what they wanted by force.
Wait, what?
There's no need for men to communicate and have like these. You're saying that like they don't have those, communication skills.
Her ideals, like her thought process, are from like, the mid-century or whatever, back, in the times of knights and Roman Empire. Like that has not been the case in any lifespan of any of her relatives. You know what I mean?
Those that you had just mentioned. Is not what you had just said about communication, the hierarchy? Is
No, what I said is that women are socially superior to men.
No, that what you had just said now, that men are hierarchical and like something about being communicative is not what you had just said.
No, women are more communitarian.
Communitarian
Yes.
men.
Listen with your ears, not with your heart.
I mean, women. Okay.
Yes.
What are you saying right now, man?
Yeah,
Yeah, her eyes just rolled the back of their head because she's like, "Oh, my whole argument didn't make any sense."
No,
No,
it's
I'm
fine.
trying
Let
to
her
make sense of
formulate.
what you're saying.
Exactly. No, we're trying to make sense of what you're saying because you didn't actually listen to what he was saying. You were already triggered by whatever, and you answered based on your feelings.
What I said is, because you said women care about marginalized groups.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that men care about what really matters and are more merit-based, not communitarian. Women are communitarian, which means, oh, let's help everybody out. Men understand a lot of the times that's not a reality.
Who you like? Say something? No.
Sorry, I'm cold.
That's not, I guess, like a reality, but okay. Like for example,
That's not, I guess, like a reality.
it's
Capitalism is an inherently masculine form of government,
yeah.
but
I
it
agree
works.
with that. To an extent, it works for those who
Are you
make
not in
it.
the best country in the world right now?
I wouldn't.
Remember that, guys. Okay. Are you not in the best country in the world right now? And she had to think about it and talking about, I don't even want to know her answer. And this is why, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm a prior service member. Okay. And back when I was younger, we used to have pride for our country. We used to want to defend it. We used to care about, you know, its policies and its moral fabric and the foundation on which, you know, everything that we have over here came from. Nobody cares anymore. It is a travesty. I don't know if it's because our leadership has been so, you know, whatever, because we've been so divided, whatever. But yo, divided or not, you could live in China. You could live in Russia. I would say you could live in Ukraine, but at least in the Ukraine, they still care about male-female roles, right? That's why all the Ukrainian men were forced to stay and the women and children got to go, right? Because they understand what's important. We don't have a clue. Most of our generation now, growing up, these people, young folks, whatever, they have no honor, no commitment to anything. They don't care. They are very selfish, and it shows.
I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no.
It's a fact. It is the best country in the world.
Thank you, Myron. Just say
There's a lot of countries that are worse, and there's countries.
Damn.
See, you're
oh my God. Like, I hope you're not from the U.S. I hope you weren't born here. Like, I hope you're just here on vacation and maybe you feel like Germany's better or Norway or Sweden or whatever you're into. But if you're from the United States of America and you're going to sit here and say that we're not the best country in the world with the amount of freedom. I mean, you have the freedom to get up on this podcast and talk your trash, even though it makes zero sense, right? You have the freedom to do that. Okay. We got 2 men right now in a Romanian prison because of false allegations, lies, conspiracy. Okay. I mean, conspiracy to defraud, whatever. Like,
just being disagreeable.
What the fuck?
You are in the best country in the world.
I'm not
America.
being
Some people think
disagreeable.
France
Like I could
Oh,
best. What
say
defines
country.
best
They got
is
free
best.
healthcare.
Like best is
y'all are retarded, and this is why I'm sorry, but I don't recommend that young folks even join the military anymore, because this is what you're fighting for right here. Like you may be fighting for in your head, fighting for your parents or fighting for your kids or fighting. No, these are the people who get to sleep well at night, right? While you're out there putting your life on the line.
subjective.
Live life.
We're the number
Where's
one
the
world power
opportunity?
right now. We're the number one world power. So it is a fact that the United States is the number one country.
The new
Yeah, but
Babylon.
Russia definitely on their head.
What?
This girl said Russia definitely on a hit. You think they are? Look, I'm not trying to start nothing. Russia, you know, shout out to you guys. I think I actually went around that area early 90s, late 80s, something like that. I got a lot of respect for all of Europe. I spent the first from 3 years old to 13 years old in Frankfurt, Germany. I love Germany. I love the melting pot. You know, out here we got people from all over the place. No, man, in Germany and Europe, like they really got people from all over the place. My friends were Moroccan, Turkish, Pakistani, okay, Russian. Like, I mean, Germany's awesome, but yo, don't cap if you're gonna sit here and say that we aren't the leader of this thing. The United States.
You know, they still running shit too.
Russia?
Yes.
Over the U.S.?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like they're all in sync. They're all moving.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to what you were saying, you were saying
All right,
something
fuck
about
outta here.
humanitarian.
This is our education system at work right here.
No, I had
I ain't even got to the ratchet part yet. I'm sorry, guys. We're moving along. I'm gonna shut up.
misunderstood what you had said. I heard communicative.
Communitarian.
Yeah, I misheard you.
Okay.
Okay. She's being honest. All right. So
Her?
Wasn't her
daughter-in-law?
turn?
Accountability. Woo!
No,
Thank
no
you.
daughter-in-law. Who'd you pick? Daughter-in-law?
Daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-law. I mean, she's not here right now, but you know,
Okay.
like one of you two.
I'll fast forward
Either of you
this.
two.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Just because
I don't wanna
I
Too far.
it might be listen, I fuck with you, but
No, it's cool, it's cool.
either one of you guys, simply because
Y'all can watch the podcast you want.
um,
It's 4
yeah, the
hours
whole-
long.
I'm sorry, the whole
It's
texting
okay.
thing after 3 hours, like I'm sorry, that's a bit much for me. You gotta have a little bit of trust and a little bit of security for that, but it takes time to develop. You know what I mean? So I'm not shitting on you for that, but that's just not what I would want if I had a son.
Okay.
And sometimes you get a little combative. a little bit.
I'm gonna take that one. I'm
A
working
little
on
bit.
it.
Your passion comes off
combative.
as combative sometimes,
Right.
and
Your
it doesn't
passion
read right.
I love that she's saying this. Your passion comes off as combative sometimes, and it doesn't read right. She's using very feminine language, very politically correct language to describe that you are super masculine, you act like a man, and most men won't tolerate this. They gonna bounce.
Sometimes it's not well received.
Wait, you gonna take that from her?
Huh?
Don't take that from her.
No,
if I was
because
you, I wouldn't take that.
I kind of was
She
because
coming
y'all
at you.
said I was earlier.
No, she coming at you though.
I said
Why
I
are you
was
trying to make us
disrespectful
fight?
and
Listen,
boisterous
don't
and obnoxious.
instigate.
Listen,
And-
sister, don't take that from her.
No, you
Don't do that.
Okay, now he's just
Yeah.
you're just stirring shit up. You just want us to fight. You just want
So W Fresh, okay, he's just keeping it lighthearted, right? Two girls on the panel, don't take that from, just keeping it lighthearted. The girl in red, she already knows, she's been told that she's obnoxious, loud, boisterous, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, this has already happened. Look at Myron's face. Amazing. Here we go. Like,
us to have a cat fight right here.
bro.
You just want us to
Why
fight.
would you do that?
Literally, I said that in the most respectful way possible. I
No,
think.
but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know where my passion was coming from, but seeing how you guys took it, I'm like, all right, let me reanalyze my expression. Let me reanalyze my expression because I wasn't even trying to be threatening but that's how strong I was going for what we was talking about, and it was. So I'm definitely going.
I mean,
Like,
you're
work
just a
on
very
it.
masculine woman, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And
So you wouldn't.
But
date
that's
her
how
'cause
I
she's
was raised,
masculine?
though.
what?
You wouldn't date her if because she's masculine.
But
Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Would you date a guy that wears heels?
no, I'm sorry.
Okay. So you can't expect a guy to date a girl that's masculine.
Yeah.
There's the answer to your question.
good job with the political correctness, Myron, okay? Instead of making it personal, which she did, would you date her being as masculine as she is? Trying to make it super personal. I love the way you flipped that back on her and made it more general. Would you date a guy who wears high heels? She said no. There's your answer. Like it's very simple, straightforward. And what the girl in the red said earlier, what it sounded like she was taking accountability for the way she was talking earlier in the podcast. It's difficult to not think it's Cap, especially how quickly the tables turn.
Man, smash, but
I'm not going to
She's
really.
not wearing a jock strap or anything right now, so I don't know
No,
why you're
I
talking about
understand
heels.
what he says. I understand what he says. Like,
I get the point of what he's saying, but
trust
like
me,
it's just
I got the
comparisons aren't there
realest
for
on my
me.
top, so it's cool. It's cool. They fuck with the
This
realest,
also went
but-
over your head last time when I talked about female standards being praised versus male standards being
Facts.
demonized. If a man is if a man is feminine, it is not acceptable. But if a woman is masculine, it is acceptable. As a matter of fact, in our society, we encourage women to be strong and independent. And I'm telling you that these traits are not desirable and not attractive.
And for whatever reason, society is trying to open that up, but not in the way that would be any way beneficial. They're trying to make it so that feminine men are accepted in society. Women are never going to go for it. Like, I mean, there's some, but in general, women are never going to be sexually aroused by feminine men. So that's never going to work. So I don't understand what the point is, unless they're just trying to, destroy families and relationships between men and women. That's the only reason why you would make men more feminine, right?
And I'm not even opposed to what you're saying, honestly, because I know that men do want women that's feminine. But where I come from, I'm a survivor, and this is who I am.
survivor.
No, big facts though. Like, I had to be.
What, this, I'm a survivor. Like my environment, like, what is it that makes you like this? Like, what did you survive exactly? Relationships, previous relationships, decisions that you made, trouble that you got yourself into? Or are you just talking about like family struggles, bills and jobs and family splitting apart or something like that? Like, I would love to know what makes her think that it's okay for her, like that she had to be like this to get to where she is right now.
Be the way I am for a reason, and the way I move and everything. So I don't take it as a threat because I know what's meant for me is going to find me, and I'm not going to change myself for nobody.
Girl.
And this is why you're going to die alone or with some beta dude, right? We all have to change. That's what growing up is, right? We learn things and we all change, hopefully for the better, right? And men especially have to work on themselves, have to make change in order to become the type of men that women want to be with. When you get a family, you got to make all these changes to your lifestyle and to provide and to do, like men have no problem making change. Like, I don't understand what makes you think that, like, what behind empowering and feminine makes it so that you think you don't have to change. I mean, when did you start being like this? 16, 17, 18? Like, so that entire time you've just been ratchet and rude and like manly, and you think I'm not going to change for no one. Maybe you should change for yourself. Maybe you would have a better, more positive experience in life in general. Maybe you wouldn't have to survive shit if you weren't so damn cocky and rude. But I digress.
Incredible.
And I love everybody. I love all y'all for who y'all are. Like,
Amen.
feminine, masculine, whatever it is. Like, I respect it. Even
Let me ask you a question real fast. Let's say I wanted to sit down in my basement, watch porn, smoke weed every day, not get a job. Do I deserve a bad bitch?
No. Honestly,
No.
you're a widow.
What if I
Like,
told you
bitch
guys
is looking for
I
you in
I
the
deserve a
basement.
bad bitch, man, and I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna change until I get that bad bitch.
You
What do
go,
y'all
King.
think? Yeah?
You go, King.
I'm
You
gonna
got
get
this.
her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get her.
yeah,
Fuck yeah, Chris. Do I deserve
yeah.
one? Chris,
You go,
Mo?
King.
The one thing I'll throw on top of that is a lot of these women will say at the end of that, and if I don't get what I want, then I'm okay dying alone. That part right there, that's the key difference. That they don't mean it. Nobody wants to die alone, but they'll say it and they'll stand on that.
I deserve one?
Yeah, King.
All right, cool. I deserve a bad
Everybody
bitch.
a king.
I'm not
A
changing.
queen.
I'm not changing.
They out of
Hold on. Stop the
I
show.
love you. I love you.
Yo, how stupid did I sound just now?
You
Real
sound
dumb.
obnoxious.
Real bad.
Like you needed a dip.
Cool. So let me ask you a question.
What?
Why do you think it's acceptable for you to continue to behaving the way that you're behaving to get a high status guy, but me being a loser and saying I deserve a bad bitch is ridiculous?
I'm sorry. Like I'm the way I am like this, but like it's like I do. It's like once a man sees like, yo, she hold everything on her own. She her own soldier type shit. She
No men that matter. No men that you're gonna want to be with. They don't care about that. They don't want a soldier. What are you talking about? Like, what?
like I'm not like this with the dude I like. Like you see how I'm like this with my nigga. I be like, hey, babe. Like I really, it's like he pulled that out of me, but everybody else.
Yeah, he pulls that out of you until he says something or does something or he makes you feel some kind of way, and then the real you comes out, right?
Yeah, so
Chameleon.
you're conditionally feminine.
But with my dude, I'm very submissive. Like I'm very.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, as long as he's paying your bills, right, keeping you from having to work, like he's got you in the car, you know what I mean? He's doing all this and that, you're hella submissive until he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, right? And then all of a sudden the masculinity comes
But
out.
let's use that logic. You know what? You know what? I'm conditionally masculine. I protect you some of the time.
What? It ain't. I'm not letting it fly over my head. What?
It did fly over your head. Listen again.
You said you basically by your own what you just said, you're conditionally submissive for the guy, right?
No, like that's what happens to me. Like when I fall in love with somebody,
Okay, look,
I just
look,
turn like
please
very.
pay attention. You said by what you just said that you're conditionally feminine for the right guy.
Like, all right.
This is our education system at work here. Critical thinking skills. We don't have none of this.
You're feminine for the right guy.
Not on purpose. He unlocks.
No. Wait. What he's trying to say is you'll be feminine for the right guy, basically.
Yes.
But not
Which
for others.
by default means you're conditionally feminine because it's
Basically.
under the condition you meet the guy.
Yeah, but I'm
Okay,
yeah.
so with that said, I'm saying I'm going to be conditionally masculine. I'm going to protect you some of the time. How does that sound?
But I got to be masculine to protect myself.
No. You're
Like, this is why Myron doesn't have any hair. I can't wait for my book. My book it's supposed to be here today.
missing the point. I sound ridiculous by saying that. And I'm saying it's just as ludicrous as a woman saying I'm conditionally feminine. Just like I said before, I deserve a bad bitch and I'm not changing. That's ridiculous. Like you saying you are not going to change and there's a guy out there for you. No, people are not going to accept you the way you come. You must change if you want the best that you can get. That's how the world works. You have to work for it and not think people are going to accept you the way you come.
But with feminine and masculinity, not like being positive and being negative, like who the person is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, nobody knows what you're saying because you are not paying attention to how he's trying to explain this to you. Okay, it's very simple. Listen.
What if the man of your dreams was watching right now on TV or YouTube, right? He's like, you know what? Damn, she's hot, but like, bro, her attitude is different. Like, it's too masculine for me. You just turn them off. But if you're feminine, the whole time I was like, damn, shorty's beautiful. She's feminine. You know what? After the show, I'm gonna hit her up. You just turn them off because like how you acting right now.
Or even better, what if you weren't on a podcast? What if you were at some event, okay, and you were around a bunch of people and you were acting this way, okay? And those people, what if they fucked with your man? What if they were business partners? What if they were about to do, and they're like, yo, what's up with this girl, man? She like super loud. She did it. You represent him when you out and about. Like, you represent yourself too, of course, but you're also representing him, right? I'm sure they don't know who your man is on this podcast, but somebody out there does, watching it probably, and they gonna call your dude and be like, yo, your woman is crazy.
honestly, and that's fine because
It's not fine.
no, it is fine
No, it's
because I'm still gonna be me.
All right, so you're not
Because
changing.
no, it's not that I don't
Okay.
want to change. It's just that
She's staying true to herself.
that's who I am right now. If you want to unlock,
Basically what she's trying
if
to
you
say.
listen,
If you wanna
the way
unlock-
I am, how I am,
unlock.
because I'm protective,
Right.
and I'm stern. I grew
What are you protective of? You're sitting on a podcast with like 8 other women. Like, you're just like this. It's not you're like this because you're protective. You're just like this. You're not protecting anything right now.
up around all my like brothers and stuff. That's what it is. But when I meet a man that I'm in love with, I don't purposely just be like, that's just what happens. And then
Yeah. And it just so happens that the masculinity also just happens to come out. Like, if you're not doing one on purpose, you're not doing the other on purpose. It's just
he
happening.
sees that side, but I'm out here, I'm protecting myself at the end of the day. So if I am a little too masculine and how I am is really what I've done. So if that expression is expressing to you that I'm a masculine,
All right,
I'm a
Sheeta.
strong black woman.
All right, Sheeta.
All right, well, most
right.
guys don't like strong black women. Sorry.
fine.
All right, like
And
this, and this has
and
been
that is
proven by
okay.
statistically
And that
speaking.
is okay.
But my thing is, like, it's amazing to me how women think I don't have to change. I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing and expect a different result. That is by definition the definition of insanity.
Whoa.
Doing
All
the
I
same
know
thing
is
over
men
and over.
to never change. Men never change. Men will tell you to change 20 times. You will change 20 times. And even your hairstyles, and they still a fucking same. I'm not even listening to none of that. You better go to your homeboys to talk about that in the dark in the closet because y'all is talking Ludacris and R. Kelly right now.
Here it goes. Y'all talking Ludacris and R. Kelly with the finger in the... Who's she even pointing at? Okay, the only thing in front of her is a screen. Is she pointing at the people watching the podcast? Because they have completely checked out of whatever you're saying right now.
And I'm going to tell you why.
What does that have to do with what I just said?
Because you're talking Ludacris.
What did I say that was ludicrous in particular?
I just explained it.
Triggered.
Did I say?
I just said it. Everything.
What did I say that was ludicrous?
No, I don't understand
That
what you just said.
what you said was, as women, we act this way and don't expect to change, but we expect more from men. Basically, what you just said.
But normally y'all don't change.
And she
Y'all
just
don't.
said men would tell you to change
Narcissists.
20
First of all, Myron is... maybe I'm wrong, but she's the one that brought the men part into it. I believe.
times and all this other stuff, and you could change your hairstyle and men are still the same.
Change your ways, your hairstyles,
That's
the
basically
shit.
what she
You
said.
change exactly what they saying, and somehow
No,
you
here's
still
the
end
thing.
up.
You guys
still gotta change.
are wrong,
Check.
and the reason why you
Real
guys
rap.
are wrong is because
She just flipped off the audience, right? Like, oh, buddy, here we go with the ill behavior.
men, by default, have to change. They have to go to the gym. They have to get a job. They have to climb up the social
Look
ranks.
at her.
Men have to
Look at her.
self-improve to
She
get
can't
women.
even look at her.
Women, however, think I'm going to behave
looking
however I
down.
want, act
She
however
in
I
her
want,
feelings.
and still get a guy.
This is
She talking to the girl next to her now, like completely checked out from what Myron said. Here's where all the disrespect and the nonsense comes out, right? And this is the point. you can't even have an honest conversation without being in your feelings. And then here comes the masculinity. If it wasn't there before, which we all know it was, it's coming in full force.
Scary,
Who
man.
said that?
Look, she's not even listening.
Who's
Like, it's
acting like that?
like,
I don't know a single woman that acts like that.
like this is your topic. I'm literally repeating what you said, and you're not even paying attention.
I'm sorry, I grabbed her.
She
What?
grabbed my nose back.
It was something that wasn't even supposed to be talked about right now. It was just a quick.
You brought it up.
Yeah, because everything she said was in her feelings. One, she doesn't even remember what she said, right? Because she was just talking. And now she does. He rebutted because he was paying attention. She has no idea where he's even at on this conversation, right? And she wants to move on because she's caught. She's been caught right now on the BS, not paying attention, in her feelings, right?
Y'all talked about my masculinity, and I said what I said.
Hence,
What'd you say?
Because y'all brought up me trying not to change from being masculine. Like, I'm not purposely like, yo, bro. If that's who I am and you don't respect it, oh well.
what do you mean you're not purposely saying, yo, bro? I mean,
What?
everything
Like
you
she's,
say.
not,
what?
like she's not trying to act masculine. She's just
And you
naturally
saying like I
that.
won't change. It's
So,
like,
so we're
what
just
you mean
saying,
I'm
Wait,
not
is she not in
changing?
control of what she says and how she behaves? Is she not a sentient human
And listen to the way she's talking now.
being?
But
But
she,
this
what
is who
she's
I
no, no,
am.
no, no, no. What she's saying is she's not like she's not purposely doing. Like she's not trying.
Sweetheart, you need to let this other girl fight her own battles. You're not doing very well at interpreting her nonsense. And that's the problem, is because it's nonsense. You're trying to help her. You're trying to explain it, but you can't even rationalize it.
Trying to do it just to like really be like that. Like, yeah, I'm masculine. Don't fuck with me. That's just how she is. That's what
how
she's
she
trying to
was
say.
brought up.
in
But
order
it's still a
to-
But I'm not
purposeful
saying,
choice.
but you're
But it
telling,
changes
but
It's
when
he's
still her
saying
behavior,
that.
which she's in
But
control
that
of.
went into the conversation of changing for your man. Like, would you, like, a man don't want no masculine women.
They
Like,
don't.
would you change and all that stuff? And I'm saying how I am right now. Any nigga I ever fucked with respect my sturdiness, but he also only see,
What?
he only see, but real rap, he only see my soft side.
Right.
Even my closest girlfriends be like, yo, like when I'm not in a relationship, they be like, I want to see how you really act with a dude you like, because the dude you meet just out in the street, you brothering them up and all this other stuff.
This is how you act with the dude you really like as well. We know this. You can't turn it off. It's not like you just doo-doo. No, he can bring out the femininity in you for like periods of time based off of how he's making you feel at that time. But this is you. And there's no, it's not like you can just turn it off every time you're at home. No, he knows.
And then one day she seen and she was just like, damn, it's just how it is.
The point I'm trying to make is that it's interesting that you don't feel like you have the need to change to attract the man that you want, but men actively almost always have to change and adapt who they are to become the most attractive man to women. And what I'm saying is that if there is a man that rises to that level that has a bunch of attractive girls that want him, why would he pick you when he can go get another girl that's less masculine?
I'm not even looking at looks because it's what I feel. It's what I feel on the inside.
Oh my
So
God.
like, there's a lot of people who's based off looks. Like, oh my gosh, she looks better than me. Oh, I'm a woman of soul. So like, So-
You're missing the whole point. This has
it's
nothing
no
to do with you.
competition though.
No, there is competition.
No, not in my world. Because
What?
how I feel is like really.
We're all here to compete.
Sorry, I'm in my own lane. Like for real, I
Okay.
want everybody.
No, you're on your own planet because you ain't making no sense. You're completely moving the goalpost, sidestepping the whole argument that he just made based off of the argument that you supposedly made.
You don't win.
This is what I mean when I say women get the privilege of being delusional. With all due respect, what you said is not true. We are all here to compete for a mate. We all are, whether you want to accept it or not. We're all here to procreate and mate. And by default, to mate, you must compete with other women for the best men. If anything, women compete at the highest level because you guys are all chasing a small percentage of men. So whether you want to acknowledge that you're competing or not, you are.
I see what you're saying. Like you be
Okay.
bro.
But it's just like, bro, like, could you imagine if men walked around saying like, I don't compete, there's no competition, all this other stuff,
There
and
is.
like actually like thought that way? It's like, no,
I need
men
to get out of
compete
the
all
world that
day.
I'm in.
Men have to become the best version of themselves to get girls, but women don't think they have to be the best version of
Because y'all
themselves to get a
forget that
man.
real true love exists. So y'all,
For who?
let me finish.
Both, please.
As you cut him off, as you
Alright,
cut off Myron, now he's got to
sorry,
let you
Myron. We
finish.
have 4 hours into the
4
show.
hours?
I mean,
Yeah, 4 hours.
Dang,
into the
this
show. Sorry.
We've been
yeah,
here
yeah,
for
all
4
respect to the girls.
hours.
It's-
Crazy.
The girls are
Yes.
tired. I'm
Yo,
sorry,
okay,
Chad.
we got some shots, man.
Hungry.
Yeah,
We
I mean,
literally
we
have.
have to
Starving.
push through this.
Holy.
Nice last
Is
thoughts,
it
all right?
2:30 in
I'm
the
sorry.
morning?
Yes, that's time flies when you mean triggered. All right.
No,
You feel me?
Chris,
And the
next one,
Henny.
Chris.
Shout out to the Henny. Shout out to Fresh and Fit
Abe Zune.
podcast.
Love you, FNF. Please tell my boy Monty to stop paying for expensive dinners for these girls who don't give him any attention and only want his Monty. He's being a simp. It needs to be told live. Love y'all. Well,
Tell him to get my book, Why Women Deserve Less. I talk about why simping in 2023 is absolutely unacceptable. And I go into detail,
do it.
guys, with
Don't
the
do
sex
it.
industry, you know, all this shit where girls are basically monetizing your
My copy's gonna be here in just a couple minutes.
lust for them against you. HK goes, oh, I didn't know you started getting men on the show. Short hair guy. Okay. Schmeebles, Why Women Deserve Less by Myron Gaines. #1 bestseller in feminist theory, #2 in feminist criticism, 11 in spiritual self-help, and bestsellers rank 31 on Amazon. Oh shit.
Nice.
Okay, we're already up. All right. For the girls getting no gift, don't worry. I'll give you hoes some poppy chow.
Puppy
On
chow.
top of that, I'll rip up
Poppy
the
chow.
fallopian tubes of the girl 2 down from Myron as shoelaces because she's hideous. God damn, nigga.
What the fuck?
Wait, two.
Yeah.
You must come
Alright.
from a
Are
broken
we
home.
sending bad
We'll move
energy
on.
your way, and
You
we
paid
sending
$10 for
energy
that.
for you
You're
to
lame.
fall down the steps?
Here we go.
I'll kick the
Here we go. Okay, on behalf of all the Asian community, we kindly decline the Girl in Red association with us and kindly pass her on to the Russians. To be clear, she's black and Asian, but here we go.
sports. On behalf of all the Asian community, we kindly decline the girl in the red association with us and kindly pass her on to the Russians. $1 bet.
Wait, the-
She smiled. She wasn't even paying no attention. Like the host, she smiled at that other girl on something, and now watch what happens.
wait. Go back. I ain't see that. I was talking shit. What happened?
All right, go ahead.
No,
On
no,
behalf of
no.
all
Just move
Asian
on.
community,
No,
I'm
pay attention.
Blasian.
Be
I'm
more-
black and Asian, first of all.
Alright.
So throw respect on my name or if I throw you in the dirt.
All right.
Well, that's
All right.
that's what
Guys.
he was saying.
I'm not gonna lie, she more nigga than Asian, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
All
right.
Real
Fuck
rap. My
culture.
mother's black.
Fresh
A black queen.
has me
Rashida.
dying over here.
Okay.
Play with it.
Yeah, you more nigga than Asian, nigga.
Yup, it don't matter, nigga.
Age-
Yo, chill, bro.
What the
Like, what is wrong with you? Like we're not your homeboys. Like, stop
It
talking to us
don't
like that.
matter.
Most men, unless they're super hood or trash or whatever, most men don't want to be around women that talk like this. And she just don't understand.
Girl in red.
No,
shut
it does.
up.
It does. It
But
does
y'all
matter.
not, I'm gonna respond, bro.
Okay, but you talking to him now? Like
I
you
was
need to-
talking to that. What is you talking
You were
about?
responding to
I'm
Fresh.
talking my shit because they talking shit. Like, what is you talking about?
Bro, let me make this very clear.
Oh my god.
I'm not
I'm not
one of your
about to-
boyfriends
I'm
or
not
some
about
dude
to-
that's gonna
Bro.
like you
They
gotta.
talking shit and I can't.
No,
No, but I'm talking.
Why you got 2 cups over there? Double fisting it? You drunk? Huh? What? Too much of that
It's
Henny?
No.
fun and you just made it like for real.
No,
I said I'ma
because
throw
you've
them in
been
the
doing
dirt.
this for the better part of the show, just being
'Cause I'm
extremely
I'm
aggressive.
gonna keep it real.
when I talk
I'm
to
gonna
you.
keep it real.
Hey.
They was talking shit. I can't talk my shit back.
No,
so
no,
that's
no.
it.
You can, but talking to us is kind of
I
like
wasn't
Yeah,
chill.
saying I'm gonna throw you in the dirt. I was.
No,
No,
you
no,
were
I'm not
responding to
explaining
him.
myself.
You
Yeah.
responded to him when you said that other stuff. Do you even know what you're saying right now? Like,
Bro, I know exactly what I'm saying.
what'd you say?
What I'm saying right now, very clearly,
Incredible.
it ain't nothing slurred coming out of my mouth.
I don't think you know what's going on.
Oh man.
We go finish reading the thing or what?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Because
about.
Shit, are you good?
I seen something that was amusing to me. So
All right, let's
I'm talking about the comments that was up there.
Yeah, it's like if I can't talk my shit back, bro.
All right, shit.
Well, no,
fine.
you were talking
But
to me
it's
before.
fine. But listen, he talked.
Why are you standing up?
Because
Hey.
I'm about to walk. I'm walking off. 'Cause
All right,
it's
walk
like,
off then.
I am.
Walk off.
Off,
Then walk
man.
off. Then please walk off. You're fine. Just walk off. Incredible. Just
It's
please get your
always
stuff.
you.
You can put your shoes on outside.
Cut it out. I'm out.
You can put your shoes on outside so we can get the show going. So we don't delay this even more.
Damn, dog, for real.
I love you, Valentine. You will be missed.
All right. Just speed it up, guys, so we can get back.
No, it gets spicy, but if they're grinding me up
I have a serious question.
No.
Do
Incredible.
you have snacks? I'm genuinely hungry.
Bro,
You have
do we
snacks.
do we look like a homeless shelter or something? Like, what,
So you're just gonna have guests for
answer's
like
no.
4 or 5 hours and like not.
you're free to leave at any time you want.
It was just a question.
I mean,
No, for real. You ain't.
Yeah, it. You know, a 4 hour long podcast where people are drinking stuff, like, you know, even if you had 8 right before you came to the podcast, it probably still took 30 to 45 minutes or so to get everything up and running. So now you've been there 5 hours. 5 hours is kind of a long time, and you're drinking, right? Like it's kind of a long time. But I get what he's saying, man. I get what he's saying.
That's just hospitality.
like,
It's not even, I mean, never mind hospitality. And you don't have to say that, right? Like they provide good hospitality, right? They got you drinks, you know what I mean? The place is nice, everything's lit. It's not their fault the podcast is going 4 hours, you know? That's not an everyday thing. Usually just like 2 to 3, somewhere like that. You know, when there's a lot of arguing and whatnot, it can go longer. But
Y'all could offer us drinks. You could offer a bag of chips.
What's your sign?
Listen,
I'm so
man.
sorry. What's your
he don't want you sitting there crunching chips and stuff into the microphone. What are you even talking about right now? Like, you.
if y'all are hungry and you guys want to leave, you guys are more than welcome to
I'm
go.
curious. What's your son's
But
sign?
this isn't like some charity organization.
Let's give him advice.
No, I
She said,
understand.
what
But
your sign?
You should have ate before you came.
I did. But
Okay.
But y'all
I'm
offered
here.
us
I was here for
drinks,
4 hours. You
so-
offered us drinks, so obviously we're obligated. We're obviously gonna get hungry.
Okay, well, I mean, we're wrapping up, but your friend decided to cause a spectacle for no reason. Your
Well, we're
Valentine.
gonna
Well, is she
continue on.
okay?
At least.
Incredible.
Still going on. Like, why would you take so long? Why are you arguing and doing all this stuff, man? If somebody wanted me gone, like, yo, I'm out. Peace. Like,
Yo, guys, just like get her out so we can get this thing going. Like, she's over here just being annoying.
asking questions, why he's recording, and blah blah blah. Like, none of this matters. Get your shoes on and get
I'm not
out.
gonna do no weird shit. I took it like the way I took it was like when you invited me.
All right, yo.
I'm not gonna do no weird shit.
Can you just please take your shoes and go outside and put them on so we can get this thing going?
Chill out.
You need to chill out.
No, chill out.
You need to chill out because you're delaying the show now.
Dumbass.
You're delaying the show.
Shut up.
Oh, now.
Shut up, chill out, dumbass. Like, bruh, whoever's dating this girl, yo, you can do better. I'm just saying, you can do better, bro. If you're doing everything that I know you're doing to keep her, yo, you could do better.
Are you mad for real? You're the one getting kicked out.
The boys are liars.
Incredible.
The boys are liars.
I'm my husband here.
She's really tight. And she's still talking.
Oh,
Incredible. She ain't gonna get a reaction out of me. She just looks foolish. Yeah, rah, ratchetness. That was really Section 8 behavior right there. Anyway, guys, booking.
Look at that girl's face. Look. Boom, boom. Their mouth is wide open. What is so offensive about this? Like, I don't understand. Like, there's stereotypes for a reason, right? And just watch the argument.
In stores, why women deserve less.
Full video
Okay.
on locals.
So racist.
You caught that too?
for real.
How's that racist?
Section
Racist, huh?
8 behavior. What is that supposed to mean?
You know what Section 8 behavior means. You know who lives in Section 8 housing. Like, and if you don't, well, there would be your privilege.
Section 8 is open to all races. How's that racist?
No,
that
but
racist?
what do you mean by Section 8 behavior?
That was low class, low value behavior, which is typical of people of a lower socioeconomic status. You made it racist with your comment.
I absolutely didn't.
Oh, yeah,
But
you
Section 8 is absolutely available to all races.
I'm aware of that.
Okay, so what made it racist?
Because you're saying rah, rah, ratchet, like,
Yeah, she's rah-rah, meaning hella noise, right? Consistently, blah, blah, blah. Ratchet, right? Which is just the behavior, okay? None of this is in any way color identifying, right? This is behavior that he's talking about.
you know what I mean?
Are other races not capable of saying rah rah and being ratchet?
Yeah, they are.
So
Okay.
you came to that conclusion on your own. I didn't say anything
I
about
have a
black people.
question in
Sure.
regards to that. So
You
when
peeped,
you
though.
hear
You
someone,
Listen, how you guys feel about what I said is irrelevant to what was actually said.
I had a
If
question.
you come back with it saying that was racist, not really. She's acting in a behavior, in a manner
So you're
that is
saying
indicative of someone of a lower socioeconomic class.
okay, so you're saying that
I didn't think it
someone
was
in
racist.
Section 8
I'm black too. So what is
You
it?
black?
I didn't think it was
okay, maybe
racist, but I
not, like
definitely
I don't
caught
know,
what
but
he
it had like
said.
some sort of like like connotation,
Where
like
are you from?
ratchet, like you know what I mean, like rah ratchet, like
Yeah, it does have a connotation that she's ratchet. The connotation is she has bad behavior. She doesn't know how to act in public. She ain't had no home training. Like that's the connotation, 100%.
Are other races not
and then
capable
you're
of
trying
being
to
ratchet?
say like what are you trying to say that Section 8 people aren't capable of having any class?
That was
There's a
Section 8
lot
behavior.
of people. There's a lot of people in Section 8 that end up there having come from like wealthy backgrounds and stuff like that. There's all kinds of
They just
people.
Wait, what?
Statistically insignificant. I don't know how many people come from wealthy backgrounds that end up on Section 8. And if they do end up on Section 8, right, there's always some other behavioral issues that cause that to be there. You don't come from a wealthy background. You might come from a wealthy background and go bankrupt and lose all your money. Like that happens. You may go to jail. You may do all that. You know what I mean? But you don't come from a wealthy background, right? And live like somebody of a lower socioeconomic status, behave like somebody from a lower social, because if you come from a wealthy background, usually, right, again, not all the time, but usually that comes with some type of a very specific type of upbringing, right?
What?
Yeah,
people
people
that came that they came from
From-
wealthy backgrounds and went to Section 8.
Yes, people
What?
can go bankrupt. Where are they gonna go? So you
Let's
think
be
people,
realistic.
people that are rich
She
stay
kinda-
rich?
Bankrupt doesn't necessarily mean Section 8 either. That's Section 8 means no job, no resources, no like the motivate. It's my understanding is, maybe I'm wrong, but my understanding is Section 8 was designed to be temporary placement, right? It was to give you housing at a cheaper, subsidized amount to give you some cushion to be able to build yourself up. But when you have entire households, not even households, when you have entire generations of households relying on Section 8, that is of a lower socioeconomic status, right? Those are people who are missing some of those other fundamentals.
Rich
It's
forever?
onto something.
You think those people don't have the capacity to go homeless and go like
So
I don't know,
you're standing up for
blow
Section
away-
8.
Huh?
Congrats. You're saving the world. Congrats.
That makes no sense.
Oh my god,
Good
dude,
job.
forgive me for speaking up. I forgot y'all invite girls here to not talk.
No, it's not about that. It's if you're gonna talk, please make sense. You said they were rich and then now they're on Section 8.
I'm
That
saying
can happen.
I'm saying that can happen, but you're
If anybody in the comment section was ever rich and they're now on Section 8, put a comment. I'm interested to know what kind of percentage that is.
saying it's like lower
Yeah.
middle
People can go
class, like
bankrupt,
lower
The majority of
socioeconomic class
Section 8
behavior.
is not from wealth to Section 8.
No, I
It's
know
because they make
that,
dumb
but I'm
choices.
saying
Yeah.
like I'm
So
just
this is
saying.
argument is
It's not
nonsensical.
all
What's the
dumb
point of it?
choices, though.
Oh,
some
really?
People some people don't
It's
have
black,
choices, and they're
white,
born
Wait,
into
hold on,
that
hold on.
life.
This is where you're wrong. We own property. We have Section 8 tenants.
Yeah. It's
They
everybody.
tend to be some of the most problematic tenants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing about Section 8 tenants, not all, but most of them, they don't have any, since they don't own the place, they're not really investing a lot into it. They don't have that, that need to take care of the stuff. You know what I mean? Like a lot of Section 8 housing. Matter of fact, all Section 8 housing. I've seen. I don't have like a lot of experience with Section 8 housing, but I have seen a good amount in different areas, right, and different states all over the country. And usually that stuff is run down, right, because it's being paid for by programs, but it's not being upkept by those programs to the amount necessary. You know what I mean?
Regardless of race.
I deal with Section 8 tenants as well.
Oh, do you own
Good,
property?
Good.
No, I don't. No, I don't own
Then
property,
you
but
can
a lot of
stop
my
talking
clients,
because you
a
don't
lot of my
understand
clients are Section 8.
dealing with them. It's one thing to be a landlord over them versus working with them.
I see.
Yeah, because when you own the property that gets destroyed and you have to fix it on a regular basis, you see a different side. You see the actual side of people. Like you can really tell a person by the way that they live, both their house and the way that that's upkept, and their car. Right, those two things right there, you can tell how a person, what's really going on.
See them? I'm their case manager. I have
They
to work with
own
them.
property. They have to deal with shit. All right.
Listen,
And I don't. Okay.
I said that was Section 8 behavior. Section 8 is open to all races. You immediately attributed to it. That was racist. As in trying to say that I'm being racist towards black people. I'm black myself. Behavior is not indicative of a race. It's indicative of the person.
Rush is black.
She just happened to be
Charcoal.
black.
Pretty obvious.
He's burnt.
I feel like it had to do with that.
I feel like it had to do with that. Nobody cares what you feel. Okay, they really don't care what you feel, and that's the problem, right? Is you took in what he said with your feelings and not your ears. All right, and all of you sitting at the table you could see in your faces like feelings over facts with this bunch.
It had to do with her behavior.
Yeah.
Ratchet behavior.
Come on, man.
You didn't have to call it Section 8 behavior, though.
Or what? Why are you controlling his speech? Just because it hurts your feelings? He wasn't talking about you. He didn't say that your behavior is Section 8 behavior. And if he did, would that still be racist in your mind? Like, what are we talking about?
I call it what I want.
He just did.
Yeah, he did.
You
Why you
can't call it what
instigated
you
it?
want, but I'm just saying you don't. No, he's like a huge instigator. Are you kidding me? But he didn't
I
have
would
to
say that
say
for
that.
you.
He could absolutely say that. He absolutely can. He has,
That was
he can
Section
say
8
whatever he
behavior.
wants.
Yeah.
But
it was.
is it right?
Yo,
No, not necessarily. I don't
You know
think it was
what's
right
funny?
to call her
She was
Section 8
about-
behavior.
What you think is right is irrelevant. Nobody cares what you think is right. Right? That's like if we all went on everything that you thought was right or wrong, how far are we gonna get? You're an individual. You get to have your own opinion. That doesn't make it right.
Yes.
And again, if you're not listening with your feelings, you're listening, or if you're not listening with your ears, you're listening with your feelings, then you don't get to interpret. Your opinion doesn't matter because you're triggered off of something, and that's what you're regurgitating.
Really?
Who was about to be who
No,
ass?
you want her to be her
I used to get that shit. That was ratchet, wasn't it?
Who was
What?
going to be who ass?
She talking about something.
Listen, bro.
Her was
No,
No,
I-
you were the one instigating the whole argument, or
Imagine
like whatever the.
That wasn't even an argument. Both of y'all were laughing, except for you were feeling some kind of way because I think you're intimidated by the masculinity coming from that other woman. Although you have plenty yourself.
With
Section
her
8
and I.
behavior.
No,
Section 8.
no, Section 8 behavior
she
is telling
wasn't.
her, "Oh, you're gonna take that. You're gonna take that."
Yeah.
Just because I said she's a certain way. That's Section
Yeah.
8 behavior.
Yeah, he's not going to disagree with that.
So don't start with me.
Yeah. Don't.
Or what? Don't start with me. That's Section 8 behavior. It's all Section 8 behavior. Y'all are on Fresh and Fit, goddammit. Section 8 podcast. Love you guys.
Start with her
If you
first.
want to start with that, no.
Shout out to Black Widow.
Well, be your ass nigga.
All right.
Well, either way, that was Section 8 behavior. Guys, book is out. White women deserve less, bro, because that was some ratchet ass behavior right there, man. Holy.
Oh,
I
man.
don't care what race she is. That was some bullshit.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Woo! That was some BS. Anyways, you guys, Why Women Deserve Less, I guess, out now. My book should be here shortly. And, man, let's stop the masculinity, you guys. What was that? 21, 20, whatever. Anyways, let's chill with Bill. I'm out. Peace.